You want to know when I think consumerism started? Back in second grade, when those what they call those rubber bands like in the shape of animals, and like kids will come to school with their whole arm covered in them. What were they called? Like silly bands or some shit like that. That's when it started. The early 2000s, when you had bowls that had a damn straw coming up out of it. It's all that shit, bro. Y'all remember? Y'all have to remember that, bro. Or like, even in middle school, when girls would make those bracelets and sell them, bro. Consumerism started early, bro. We caught on too late, bro. Now we got Labubus and Dubai chocolate bars that don't even look good. Anyways, we got a video by Tommy NFG. Go ahead, give this video a like, give my shit a like, and only subscribe if you fuck with a nigga. If you plan on returning, if you plan on listening to what a nigga gotta say, leave a comment or something. I'll respond to all my comments, just in case y'all ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I interact with my supporters, bro. I'll never forget who got me to where I'm at. Let's get into it.
Labubu matcha Dubai chocolate crumble cookie. The matcha sugar cookie with a chocolate mousse.
That looks so fucking terrible.
Pistachio butter. The Labubu is...
I heard that matcha tastes like ass anyways. That matcha's like pretty bad. It tastes like grass or some shit like that. I don't know.
Is a matcha chocolate with Kataki pistachio filling.
Growing up in a generation where a couple of the main hopes past generations had are gone, the ability to be financially free and clear all your debt isn't happening for most people in our generation. The people at the top know this so much, it's now common to have buy now and pay later everywhere. Like, they added that to DoorDash. If this isn't a sign to wake up people, then I don't know what is. Shoot, the average person in Gen Z who wants a new car is gonna be paying off that thing for the next 10 years. I think you sign a little bit of your soul away when you sign that lease. So the way Gen Z has been coping with this and trying to get away from these thoughts is with what we call consumerism. People have been memeing about it and talking about it on TikTok recently. Consumerism buys
Bruh, I keep pausing. I keep hearing some shit. I think it's the sound he has in the background, but it sounds like somebody talking.
Definition is an economic and social system that encourages the consumption of goods and services as a mean of attaining well-being. And no matter what or where you are in life, everyone contributes to it. Like when you buy something that makes you happy, that is technically a part of consumerism. But the problem is when you have to keep buying things or the best new thing that's trending on TikTok to be at peace. And just to make it clear, consumerism isn't only a Gen Z or millennial thing, like it's existed for past generations. You may have seen your grandparents or someone old in your family watching the QVC channel, which is quite literally a channel that just sells.
That shit used to come on every early morning. They knew what they were doing too, because who else wakes up at the crack of 4 a.m.? Athletes, people on their grind, and who else? Old people. They did it in the guise of darkness, when like middle-aged parents, where your parents were asleep, but your grandma was wide awake, hitting your grandma right there where it hurts. Oh my God, you see this emerald right here? It can be yours for $35.99. Your grandma, not knowing no better, spending her whole Social Security check on that motherfucker. Right there, look at that smug little grin. Oh my God, Mally, get up and go. 4-piece collection. 35 bundle, 87 sold separately. Oh my God, is this not a good deal? Show up their hands up close like this of some fake ass jewelry made in some China sweatshop by some damn kids.
You stuff like that's all their content. And when you see old people watching this, they're in a trance. As soon as they pull up a word to order the item, they move faster than they have the past 15 years to buy it. But no, Gen Z is much smarter. Instead of having a TV channel control us, we have a much more valuable and educational source doing it. TikTok live streams.
16 18 块吹风机来喽15上车
How does that even work? There's so many people in one spot. How do you hear? Imagine you click on the live stream looking for a product and you're seeing somebody, but you're hearing Like, bro, I know the noise cancellation on whatever you're using ain't that good. They're literally 5 feet beside each other. Now, maybe even closer, bro. That's insane.
The difference between past generations versus newer generations is the amount of ads we get. In the past, you were mainly seeing ads through TV commercials and hearing them on the radio. Typical stuff we're used to, billboards and posters on walls. Most people ignored them, but it was definitely easier for advertisers to reach certain audiences. We all remember certain commercials collectively growing up and they've become memes of their own. Just want to say, Fushigi, that was a scam and I was heartbroken finding that out when I got older. But with social media now, every social media...
The worst part about growing up broke, I couldn't experience none of the shit y'all talking about. That Orby glass shit, I never even got to get it. Nigga, it was hard getting a game for my Xbox 360, let alone ordering some shit you seen off TV. Gave that right up. Only thing I remember getting is them Hulk hands. Y'all know the gloves that you put on that has like the Hulk fist and just punching shit. That's all I got.
App spams ads in your face you can't escape unless you pay to. And sometimes apps like YouTube and Twitter offer a subscription where you can lower the amount of ads you see but not completely remove them. If you're someone that buys something, whether that be Netflix or Twitter or YouTube or something where you're still seeing ads but you see less of it,
you're completely insane.
I'll never understand that. Just pay a couple more bucks to completely get rid of the ads and it'll help you way more. Things like TikTok Shop do ads in a sort of deceiving way to make it seem like they're relatable to you. I can't wait to tell my kids in the future I remember the good old days of TikTok before TikTok Shop and before you had to pay to...
Anytime I see a TikTok Shop, like that orange little cart logo, I go ahead, scroll. Next video. Fucking hate. It's everywhere, man. Everywhere.
Promote your video for views. I'm gonna show them one of those 2018 TikToks and be like, yeah, this is what we found funny back then. On TikTok now, you notice a lot more of the TikTok Shop on your For You page. And people will put a link for a product in any video, even if it has nothing to do with it. Like, it'll be a clip of a streamer doing something on stream and then you'll see linked an ad to buy some headphones. The crazy thing is too, people will sit there and buy it just because it's in front of their face. It's built in the system too. We get so many ads on the daily, people end up bound to buy something eventually. Crazy to think, there used to be a time on TikTok not even that long ago when there was no ads. Same thing with places like YouTube as well. People have been getting pissed off at YouTube because they've just kept adding more and more ads to things, especially now that they've cracked down on ad blockers. And I know people still get around them, but you know, they keep cracking down on them and you have to find different ways to do it. Some people get an ad when...
I ain't gonna comment on that because I know what I got. But I don't think the problem, there is no problem. I really believe the problem isn't like, how do I say this? Ads aren't the problem. Let me say that. Tiers are the problem. Whenever you have a single service to get rid of ads, that's fine. No one really cares, you know? And then you start adding shit, adding more tiers. Like you have tier 1, less ads. Tier 2, even less ads. Tier 3, no more ads. Why is tier 3 not just one tier in total? Now there's different tiers for Netflix. I'm not about to pay different tiers, bro. Now you're adding ads and commercials on a streaming service that you're already paying $7 a month for, which doesn't have anything good on it. And now you're adding tiers for ads. Huh? Like, it's just greed. Greed has gotten in every fucking media you love dearly. Greed is going to be the downfall of everything we love dearly. And I'm telling you that right now. Games, microtransactions, EA and Ubisoft are on that. On that. Activision slowly coming up on that. Them skins, boy, on that. Rockstar ain't that bad because you can get on and grind for your shit. But all these game companies are on that. And it's like, and I love the comeback of indie game studios are doing right now. Just when I thought all hope was lost, I thought every AAA was about to take over with their microtransactions and overpriced charging and shit. Here come these little indie studios, boom, releasing fire ass games with no microtransactions. AAA hates that shit. Oh, they hate to see games with no microtransactions do better than them, bro. And I love to see it too.
Watching YouTube on a TV when they just pause the video. Advertisers be thinking this will work, but if I see your product on my TV after simply pausing a video, I'm writing down that product specifically in a notebook to make sure I don't buy it. On TV too, a lot of people get an ad as their first recommended video to watch. I'm not sure how many people are sitting there and willingly clicking on an ad to watch as their first video. The spamming of ads everywhere are just one part of us getting taken over by consumerism. A lot of it does have to deal with our own will to buy things as well. They can shill out however many products they want, but we have the power to choose them or not. And the thing that gets our generation is buying anything that's trending. A perfect example of it is Labubus. Not a single person can tell me where they even came from and the day they even found out about them, but they'll have a whole collection of them already and each one named. And we always have things like this popping off. Everyone runs to buy them and show them off just to forget about it the next month and stop talking about it. Labubus recently have become the top face of consumerism on TikTok. Same thing with matcha as well. And it's so funny because matcha has already been a thing for so long. Like in Japan, they've been having matcha for literal centuries. But just because it started to take over everywhere online, we've officially been draining the world supply of matcha and are running out. Nowadays, something will start trending as one thing. Then because of our insatiable consumerism, it has to be spread everywhere. And because of all this consumerism, the main excuse for boomers, for younger generations, and why they don't have houses and stable income is that we all spend our money on bull and that we got soft hands, brother.
I've fought more men and bedded more women than you've probably ever seen. Hell yeah. Now, you want to talk about soft hands? Ain't nothing soft about me, boy.
While it is true that younger generations do spend more money on random we eat out more on average and spend money on things I showed like
Labubu matcha divine chocolate crumble cookie.
the thing they don't understand is the reason why younger generations do this is because they don't have the same hope they did. A lot of this is a direct response to things that a lot of the younger generation feel are now out of reach. If you don't have the hope to be able to afford a home in the future and be able to raise a family, then the direct response we're gonna see is consumerism. People are buying things to satisfy themselves in the moment because they don't have hope to get any of the things they want. And companies know this, which is why on top of making everything buy now, pay later,
everything has also become a subscription.
I just found out recently that, you know, for new cars, how you get an app to remote start the car and whatnot? Well, some of those car brands are now charging you to use their apps. The app for new Honda cars who use the Honda Link app charges you $110 per year just to be able to remote start your car. This is just them being selfish too, because other car brands have their app entirely for free. Don't be surprised when every car brand starts to assimilate to these standards and ruin it for everybody. All it takes is for one brand to make it normal for everybody to conform. And look, I'm not even saying the older generations are wrong for saying those type of complaints, but all of this isn't a one-way street. Like, it's a two-way street. It wouldn't have happened if in the past it was set up for us to be good. Back then, everyone knew, or at least had the mindset, that if you put in the work, you'd be guaranteed a house. A lot of jobs felt a lot more family-oriented, and a lot of people treated their coworkers as like family. But now you're not even guaranteed to keep your job anymore if you put in the work. As soon as your boss sees they can save 0.1% of expenses by firing you, they're gonna fire your ass. Consumerism is a direct response to capitalism, and as things keep getting worse, it's going to continue on. You also have social media personas, and everyone's gotta look like one of them. You either gotta dress like Cardi, look like a Y2K baddie, anything new that can pop up. They even have a new meme for one called the performative male, which is pretty much a guy who tries to emulate anything that'll impress the host. It's mandatory. It includes matcha, a book about feminism, and you listening to Lana Del Rey. There be a lot of women out here thinking these type of dudes are perfect and every man should simply emulate them, not knowing that a lot of them are simply strategists conforming to what'll work for them to smash. In fact, a lot of these dudes be the worst to be with. It's kind of like how every girl has that dream Hollywood male actor, and a lot of those actors end up being terrible people and serial cheaters. But hey, I can't even hate. They play the game beautifully.
They just started a new topic, bro. They just started a new topic. If y'all haven't heard, they asked the question, why is it every abusive guy or every toxic, fucked up guy you know is never single? And it's true. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what's going on, bro. I ain't finna sit on here and say no incel shit, but they're winning, bro. Toxic niggas are winning. toxic niggas are winning, bro. They're getting all the hoes. They just don't care. They just don't care. And they're never single either. That's a whole conversation for a whole nother day. Anyways, back to consumerism. It's hit every field, bro. And I feel like it's because of social media. Kids are now introduced to social media so young. They just follow trends. We're losing free thinkers, bro. I feel like my generation was the last free thinkers. Cause I grew up with the internet, but I was broke. So unless I had like one of those little $20 tablets, those RCV tablets from Dollar Store, I was never on the internet. I ain't get a phone till about like 14, 15. Never on the internet, bro. And if I was on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Now kids or not kids, but parents are using the internet to babysit their kids, basically. You know, not watching what they're doing just so they can fuck off and do whatever. It's crazy. Everything's fucking expensive. Everybody wants a subscription. Everybody wants $200, bro. They all think their product's worth it. And that's why they end up failing in the long run. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I love y'all. Hope y'all stay safe. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.